Hello everyone and welcome back into my kitchen. So this month we're visiting Sweden, and a dish that I'll be making is something that's called Fika or Fika. I'm not really sure of the pronunciation, but apparently it's tea time and it's a huge deal in Sweden, and it's usually served with coffee and different pastries. So today I'm making one of the pastries. I was gonna make a almond cake, but I decided to do a little twist and use apples as well. So come on, let me show you how I'm going to do this. So what I have here is I have a half of a cup of, I'm using salted butter, and I chose to leave the salt out of my recipe just because there's already salt in here. I'm going to add that to my bowl, and I have here a cup and a half of white sugar. I snuck maybe about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in here because I went short on my white sugar, so I'm making it up. So if you see something brown in there, that's why. Okay, so I'm gonna take my hand mixer and get this going and get it all creamed up. Now remember, you want that to be room temperature. I'll get this creamed up and I will come on back. Okay, it's been about a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to add in 2 eggs, and these need to be also room temperature. Okay, the eggs are in, so we're going to keep going here until this is nice and fluffy. Okay, so here is our mixture. You want to make sure that there are no granules of sugar in here. That's really important. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add in our dry team. This is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Get that in there. And now I'm going to add my flavorings. I want to go in with a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cardamom. Also going to add a few shakes of ground cinnamon, maybe about 1/4 teaspoon, and I'm also going to add a little bit of almond extract, just a little, about 1/4 teaspoon. And now we're going to get this all incorporated, and I'll come on back when we have a cohesive mixture. Okay, so my mixture is a little on the dry side, I think. So I'm going to add in about 1 tablespoon of milk, or you can use water if you wanted to. And you want to just try to get it combined, but don't overmix. Okay? All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so my mixture is ready. And I have a round cake pan here. I don't know what the dimensions are, but I sprayed some vegetable spray on there, and I did put some parchment paper on the bottom because I just don't want it to get stuck. And we're just going to go in with our cake mix. I'm going to put it all in the middle at first, and then I can smooth it out. And let me get this situated, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so here we are. And now what I'm going to do is, I have 3 Granny Smith apples here. I'm going to peel them and slice them. I'll show you how I slice them, and I'll show you what we're going to do with them. So just give me a minute. So I'm getting my apples into slices like this. I'll get them all done and come back. Alright guys, so I didn't do all 3 apples. This is 2, and I cut them in slivers like I showed you earlier. And now I'm going to go in with 1/3 cup of brown sugar. I'm going to repeat a little more cardamom here, just a little for some flavor. course, you can do as much or as little as you like. A little sprinkle of my cinnamon. And I'm going to get this mixed up, and then we're going to get it on top of our cake. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going around sort of in a spiral. I'm just going to make my way around, try to make it look nice. Presentation is key because people eat with their eyes first. I'm just going to do as best as I can to try to get it in a pleasing sort of configuration. Alright, I'm going to finish up, then I'll come back. Alright guys, so here we have it. So I'm going to do this in my air fryer since it's just one little cake. Instead of heating up my entire oven, I'm going to do it at 325, and I'm going to say about 35 minutes. I'll check it then to see if my toothpick comes out clean. If not, we'll go for a little while longer. Wow. Alright guys, so this is my final product. I think I went a little too far. I had it in there for 30 minutes. I would say if you're using this size pan, maybe 25 minutes. And I'm also thinking of doing some powdered sugar on it. I don't know. Let me try that and I'll let you come back and see what it looks like. Okay, so we put some powdered sugar on it and that's what it looks like. I didn't feel like doing the whole thing, so that's what we have going on here. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming back into my kitchen. I sincerely appreciate you. Please remember to go down in my description box and see what my friends are making for this Swedish collab. I'll see you next time when I promise to make another delicious recipe. Bye!